Tibo Deprella leaves the start hut in Val di Sole, Trentino, and if one thing is guaranteed, this is going to be all action from the French national champion.
The first two turns already looked like it.
Two-wheel drifting his way through that corner.
Oh, he's lost his chain. Look at that. He snapped it out of that other corner.
The chain's gone already.
You could hear the crack. You could see the little flick of the chain come up there.
Well,
he hit those first two corners and gave him a bit of a shroud that's going to cost him a little bit of time. Now, no pedaling for you.
Luckily for us, Josh, we are joined in the commentary booth by one of the world's foremost experts in chainless runs, Nico Mullally. Nico, he just has to crack on here, doesn't he?
It almost changes your mindset. You know that you can't pedal out of the turn, so you need to carry more exit speed.
He's 1.3 seconds faster in the first split.
Almost makes you ride better, actually.
What? That was perfectly timed. You've nailed that. Josh, tell us what mechanical difference does it make to a bike to not have a chain on it?
Whoa! Hang on a second. He's 2.2 seconds.
2 seconds.
What? Sorry, excuse me 1 second. What it does to the bike, it frees up that movement of the rear wheel, so you can get yourself a little bit more traction. The front and rear wheel move a bit more independently. They're not so locked into that bottom bracket area, and that leverage curve can be a little bit different. There's no restriction there. What it also does, like that training that Nico mentioned, it changes how you approach the apex of the corners. You do not have any gears, any speed to rely on, so you have to come in, you have to get off the brakes early and carry that speed through the turn, which means you carry great exit speed on a track like this. Just as Nico said, it
3
is
seconds. It's 3 seconds now. It's split free.
It's not that crucial to pedal, so it's all about pedaling and getting off the brakes and having the kahunas to make it happen. But a mistake like this, he's going to eat into that 3 second advantage.
There were nearly shades of Aaron Gwynn in 2015 and Leogang. A mistake there from Deprella, but he's got a margin to play with here, Nico. 2.1 seconds for Deprella now.
2.1 seconds with his big sprint to go. He's got two corners there. He is going to tuck for his life coming down here.
It's really this final sprint to the line where he's going to lose out, because we've seen people get maybe 1-2 pedal strokes out of this left-hander, but it's after the right-hander where you can really stand on the gas. And is Tibo Deprella going to come down without a chain and go into the hot seat? Aaron Gwynn did it in 2015, and Leogang is Tibo Deprella about to do it here in Val di Sole. He goes fastest without a chain by 2 seconds. Maples really fast through this top section. Oh, another rider just getting bucked off that drop as he hunts for the line over on the right-hand side. Doesn't lose too much time.
Coming into that drop and braking as late as they can, so you can understand why that might be happening. Trying to get everything out of the track. And you're going from light to dark as well off the end of that drop, so it's a tough one.
Here we go, 1.6 back, Josh, though.
Whoa, double out of the corner there, Max Commensal.
Max Commensal watching on the bottom. The man whose name is on the bike, on your screen now. 2.5 seconds back for Maples. Nico, it's not going his way at the minute.
Yeah, he opts for that high line there. he jumps across the track and then goes for the high setup as well. So that was a pretty cool line.
Maples on course, rattles the pole on the way through. Really great shot from the live drone. This gives you an idea of just they're in free fall through here, Josh.
Yeah, and they've really got to pay attention. Yet another section right here now. We saw a lot of riders go left, high line, cut it back across earlier in our finals. Now a lot of the top men. Oh, he almost tucks the front coming into the spot. Double jump, not the spot you want to do that.
2.9 seconds back. He's lost 0.4 of a second. 59.5 kilometers an hour through the speed trap. There seems to be something about this 3 second margin to here.
Time back there.
Yeah, he's made time back, but has to dab a foot there. Dylan Maples.
Safely through the section that took his teammate out.
Something about the middle of the track, that round about that 3 second marker that seems to be on and off doable.
He's doing good. Maybe that isn't stress. It's just him fighting, him just stepping into it.
Yeah.
It's not arm pump. It's just his strength starting to shine.
Very powerful rider. Will make some time back up on the pedals here, Dylan Maples. So as Dylan Maples about to head into the hot seat here in Val di Sole, Trentino, the American stands on the gas. 1 jump to go. Heads for home. Dylan Maples down the line, crosses it and goes second. 1.3 seconds behind Deprella. Here comes Loris.
Another rider that qualified well yesterday with only half the air in his rear tyre.
15th in Leogang. We haven't seen the best of him yet this year, Nico, but this might be his day today.
Loris is light enough on his feet. He can get away with half the air in his tire.
Well, 1.1 seconds back at the first split, Josh, but this is where Vergier will get to work in here.
Yeah, I think Vergier is so strong in the technical woods, and just the way that he picks those lines apart, the way he dances across the track, he can really pull back a little bit of time in the lower two splits here.
Free to go after this man. Bruni, Brosnan, Goldstone wait at the top. Vergier 2.3 seconds back on the man who leads this race without a chain. Tibo Deprella. Here we go through the next split, 2.9, so he's lost another 6 tenths. Josh, you're shaking your head.
Well, I'm just trying to see where this time is. I mean, we saw Tibo come through and riding that ragged edge. Tibo had a mistake here, which cost him a little bit of time, but Loris is still looking effortless.
I mean, that's terrifying by itself, but Deprella still had time up there.
Still had time up there for sure with that big mistake, and no chain. Let's not forget about that. Whoa! Dipping it out, settle down, drifter. Come on, Loris, you got to pull back a little bit of time here. So it's not quite clicking for Loris Vergier yet, but again, 3 seconds back. It's still within the top 10. This is still a solid result.
He's ahead of where Dylan was, and Dylan went into second, so I think he's in touch.
Deprella, Maples, Zwar, Williams, Shaw, 1.8, so he's brought some time back now, Vergier. As Nico says, still in contention for second place here.
His middle two splits, he just went backwards a little bit, but he's bringing it home now. Another rider that's definitely, fitness is not an issue. He doesn't seem to suffer from arm pump too much, and that Commencal bike underneath him has been working exceptional all week.
Here comes the UCI downhill world champion then, Loris Vergier for Commencal. Muck off by Ride and Addiction. Where is he going to slot home? Is it going to be in the second place behind his compatriot Deprella? No, it's in the third, 1.7 seconds back. Brosnan leaves the star hot then. The man from Adelaide, 4 career wins to his name so far. If he gets another today, it would equal that of his team manager and downhill legend, Fabien Barel.
Troy stepping out just a little bit. He's got to refocus here. He's a little bit off his main line, but he's carrying good speed.
3 tenths of a second, that is absolutely nothing, and it's much closer than we've seen a lot of people so far.
Much closer, 0.3 of a second in that upper section with a massive G out into the hole.
Sets her down into that hole, gets away with it. Brosnan looking good here, Nico.
Yeah, he looks really good. I think we'll see from Troy and Jackson, the last 2 riders here, they're lighter riders, so those big compressions, there's not as much weight behind them when they hit the G-outs.
1 rider left at the top after this man, Troy Brosnan. Jackson Goldstone awaits, but can Brosnan outpace Deprella here in Val di Sole, Trentino?
He's got to get the backsides down this next section. This carries a lot of speed into the lower half. He almost tucked the front here last year, so he'll know exactly where he needs to clean up. He's had a good qualification. Butters the Scott step down.
1 second now.
Come on, Troy.
What do you think of this, Nico Mullally, so
looked
far?
like he just made a mistake in that turn right after the split there. But we saw Tibo have a mistake in this section as well, so it may still be pretty tightly matched.
Well, best we've seen of Brosnan so far, another rider without flight attendant suspension.
Charging hard. He's still right with it. Touch carrying extraordinary speed into the lower corner.
Has to dab a foot, but loses absolutely nothing at all. He was 7th last time out in Leogang, but this is looking really, really strong here from Brosnan.
And a second faster in split 3 than what we've seen from Dylan Maples.
He's faster by 4 tenths of a second in split 4 for Brosnan now.
Come on, Troy Brosnan. Let's see what you got here, Turbo. He's got a couple of corners to go. This is where he excelled last year, coming home all the way to the finish line.
Fabien Barel down the bottom might be about to see his wins tally equalled by his team member, Troy Brosnan. Brosnan out into the open, heads towards the finish arena here in Val di Sole, Trentino. Roaring on 62 kilometers an hour through the speed trap. Enters the right-hander. Here comes Troy Brosnan down the line. Is he about to go fast enough to take his 5th UCI downhill World Cup win? Brosnan crosses the line and goes fastest by 9 tenths of a second.
Come on, Troy.
The Sole, Trentino. This is one of those ones that is going to go all the way to the wire. Can the last rider at the top of the mountain get the win? It is Jackson Goldstone on course now. And look at the face of Lloyd Bruni in the finish area, watching on. Bruni knows that he wants to keep that green jersey as we head to the 5th round, and this is his big rival. He is with just over...
Oh, look at the jump through the trees!
Just over 100th of a second back now. Goldstone yet to turn the split lights green though.
Can't really get any closer than this. They may as well start from here.
Yeah, Goldstone looking absolutely superb. Rattles that pole on the way through. This is where he will get to war. This big V10 nearly drifts out from underneath him.
Sharon's a good speed. He's going to gain a bit of time from Troy there. This may put Jackson Goldstone into the green as we come down to the crucial second half.
The more roots, the better for the Squamish native. Troy Brosnan watches on the finish. He's 1.3 seconds faster now at the third split for Jackson Goldstone. Is he about to make it 3 in a row? Nobody's done it since Danny Hart in 2016.
You know, he's a lot cleaner through this section. A nice jump in. Remember, Troy had a pretty big mistake in that left, and so did Tibo, so I expect him to extend this here if he can hit these tight turns well.
Goldstone ultra aggressive, but it's working for him.
No!
Hung on to it.
He's got a bit of a buffer.
Has that cost him the win today? Goldstone will need to get him down the next split before we can find out. Gets back all his ducks in a line. Goldstone continues to attack 1.6. He's extended by 0.3 of a second now.
Doesn't even need his feet lifted, and he jumps off the off-camber step down. What is happening in front of us? Jackson Goldstone putting down yet another iconic run for the 3rd week in a row.
Huge pull for Jackson Goldstone. Is this going to be enough? Is this going to be his 3rd win? On the bounce, is it going to be a three-peat for Goldstone? Hangs on to it through the left-hand corner. 1 to go, then he just has to cross the bridge.